Hi there, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday on Wednesday. Today we have a very special guest here with us. This is Cevilla, Father of Jazmine. I'd like to welcome you on the program. We're going to talk a little bit more about you, the legacy of Jazmine. So today we are honoring and celebrating and remembering this beautiful little girl, Jazmine. You guys may have seen her story in the news, 7-year-old. Who had a tragic day on December 30th where she left us in 2018. She leaves behind a mother, LaPortia Washington, her father, Cevilla, 5 sisters, 4 brothers, and many other family members. This is all out of a senseless act of violence. I want to open up those communications lines if you guys have any questions for the father that is here representing the legacy of Jazmine. Any questions that you guys may have, or even comments or encouraging words to support this family that's going through a very tough time and grieving process. Now, I want to welcome you again to the show, Chris.
Thank you.
It's such an honor to have you here on the show. I want you to let us know a little bit about yourself and, how is it that you feel about this senseless act of violence?
Well, first off, a little about myself. I'm really a family man, a family person, family oriented. As far as this act of violence goes that was on my daughter, it really brings a lot of hurt, pain. Just my heart is broken right now because they took something very close to me that I can never get back.
Absolutely. That's replacing a life is something that you cannot get back or put anything in value to that. So as far as the situation, that tragedy, you guys might have seen some of the news clips, and we'll put some of those links up on this channel so you guys can read a little bit more. But what happened on that day and who is held responsible? What is that feeling that it brings to you as a father of a child, a 7-year-old? What is that? What emotions does that bring to you?
Well, I'm already an emotional person anyway. Mm-hmm. So being that my daughter was murdered, my emotions are everywhere because in the beginning I just wanted answers. And it's like I wasn't getting the answers that I felt was right. So then emotions started to turn into anger. Mm-hmm. But I commend the law enforcement on the great job that they've done to bringing these killers to justice.
Right. I've got to agree with you. I want to thank also local and nationally. The story went, and if it wasn't for the power of these platforms, whether it's social media, word of mouth, just getting it out there, we would, now that we have those people that did this crime and this murder of his child, if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be in where we're at now. So I want to thank all of the national media, and I want to still remind you guys, any pictures or anything that you guys post to still in memory of Jazmine and help the family, make sure you hashtag Justice for Jazmine, unless there's any other hashtags that you guys have created as a family.
Really, I haven't created any because my mind has been just focused on getting my baby laid to rest peacefully and make sure that it was something beautiful for a princess, because she was a princess to me.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're going to talk a little bit about that. That day was yesterday. We do have some footage. We have pictures that we'll show you guys here in a little bit. Now, what I want to focus on today is the celebration of her life. Yesterday, I had the honor to go to the funeral as well, and it was so beautiful. Like, it brings chills to my body right now, and how everyone was celebrating her life. For those of the people that don't know who Jazmine is and had the pleasure of meeting her, tell us a little bit about how Jazmine was as a person.
Well, first of all, my baby she was just so sweet, loving, caring. She loved to play. She loved to dress up and act like a little model on the runway. Aww. But her most favorite thing was she loved to play school. She wanted to be the teacher, and she would teach, and if she'll keep you in line too, put you in check if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do.
Wow.
So I mean, my heart, a part of my heart is gone right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you said that she wanted to be a teacher, and I know what we heard yesterday. That's where I heard it for the first time. That Jazmine wanted to be a school teacher. So you saw certain acts like, oh yeah, she's either gonna be a teacher or a president or something of educating, an educator out there. So tell us about some things that you saw as her growing up that you're like, oh yeah, she's gonna make a difference.
Because like I said, she always liked to play school. She would try to, like, if you're doing something like and it's wrong, she'll be over. Oh no, this ain't. You gotta do it like this. You gotta do it like that. And if you and then like you being bad, you supposed to be being bad in class. She be, oh, you're going to the principal's office. She'll walk you to the principal's office.
Oh wow. Well, she definitely had the sisters and the brothers to definitely play school at home. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly. Well, that's definitely something beautiful to hear her life coming out through these stories, and so that we, the viewers, can also get to know this. You said it. This princess. She definitely was celebrated as the princess that she is. What are some ways that Jazmine, and I heard this yesterday in the funeral, has changed others' lives, whether it's just being in the room or family members?
Well, right at this moment, she's changed a lot of people's lives in a major way, because even in my life, she's brought broken relationships and they've been mended. She's brought peace, love, and just even people have reached out to me telling me, man, this right here makes me want to be more around my kids, be more in tune and spend more time with my kids, because you never know what can happen like in a blink of an eye, anytime. And no one ain't promised tomorrow, even the next minute.
Yeah.
So she's changed a lot of people's lives, not only in Houston, like I said, but all around the world. She's changed a lot of people's lives.
Yeah, she's definitely started a legacy. So I know she's watching down on us saying, I have my legacy and here it is. And you're right, she has changed lives. Yes, we're going to show you guys in a little bit pictures from yesterday. The church, which was a huge church, was packed. You probably walked down the aisle with familiar faces and non-familiar faces, like who are these people? But you brought in one room to celebrate the life many people. For whatever lessons is being taught, I think you're right. She's looking down right now and she is already making so many changes and differences in our lives. So I agree with you on that. So if you had to say something to the parents out there who see their own child as in Jazmine, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to keep a close eye on their children. I don't care if it's just walking them to the bus stop, walking them to school. Where if you're just in walking through the grocery store, make sure you keep a close eye on them, because this world that we live in is crazy. And like one time I've seen a dude snatch the little girl and try to run out the store with her. So that's why even when I be out in public, I do the same thing. I practice what I preach, because the children are our future.
Absolutely.
And if we're not protecting them and making sure that they're okay, then senseless stuff like what happened to my daughter can occur.
Yeah.
It's like you're killing the future.
Right. Right. And I know before the show, excuse me, we were talking a little bit about yourself and how you like to help people. And the same thing goes for you guys. If there's anything we could do to help the society, it is a cruel place now. And just like you say, keep your eyes on your loved ones, on your children, which is the future of tomorrow. Let's talk a little bit more about yourself a little bit, because I hear Jazmine within your personality too. And you told me before the show that you love to help others. And it also sounds like she likes to help others. So do you see any plans maybe in the future, or we can even talk at a later time, on like maybe helping others or in the community?
Yeah, like we're discussing that at the moment to probably in the near future to start a Jazmine nonprofit organization in the near future.
Yeah.
To like just help those children and families that's less fortunate, like whatever they need as far as scholarships, whatever they need, you know.
Right, right.
I mean, cause it's a lot of people out here that has the funds to help, but they don't do it.
Right.
And you see all these homeless people walking around. I know everybody has a free will to make their own choices, but at the same time, it's a lot of people that can help, but they just don't help. And as far as me, if I had it, I help the whole world. It's no one that I wouldn't help.
Yeah.
Cause I guess it's just how God made me.
Yeah.
He made me built to last,
Yeah.
built to withstand whatever I have to face in this cruel world.
Yeah, having people like you and even Jazmine on those years that she was here and making that difference is what it's all about, having people like that around us. I know if you guys right now who are watching and want to help Chris Cevilla, the family, and the legacy of Jazmine, there's several ways right now. You guys can reach out to us directly. If not, you can also reach out to Chris Cevilla directly. His Facebook is linked to this as well. If there's anything that they could do, whether it's support, like you said, people want to help, and sometimes they just don't know where to apply it to. So that way we can get you to the right source, and you guys are still able to help any which way to this family that is going through such a tough time. So I know in the future you're talking about doing a nonprofit to help other kids, which is beautiful. It sounds like that's probably what Jazmine wanted, to help other kids, and kind of like how your heart is, so we'll probably have you on the show again to talk a little bit more about those plans when they do blossom, so that way we can get this platform and we all support yourself. So what are your thoughts, Chris, about the community support on your family that you received, not only locally, Houston, Texas, but also nationally?
Well, I love all the support. With all my heart, I love all the support, because there was so much love and support. People were even standing up to get other people to help support, as far as Gabriel Union, Shaquille O'Neal, Sean King. It's a lot. I even Travis Scott reached out. Paul Wall, he showed so much love and support for my daughter as well as myself. And Trey the Truth, I gotta tip my hat to him. He was there from day one and still is there as we speak, reaching out, making sure I was okay, making sure that my family was okay, and out there doing whatever he needed to do to get justice for my daughter.
Right.
And I just, with all of my heart, I thank him tremendously.
Yeah.
He will always be a brother to me.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
A brother from another mother.
Yes.
He will always be a brother to me. It was a lot of people that reached out. I probably just can't think of everybody's name at the moment. I'm not trying to leave no one out. So everyone that reached out and supported my daughter, supported our family throughout these tough times, I thank y'all and I love y'all.
Yes, for sure. I mean, there's countless names I know, and right now is a little bit difficult to remember, but go ahead.
And also, I forgot to say, Kenneth Miles.
Okay.
HPD Officer Kenneth Miles, he helped out too.
So yesterday there was a lot of support from a lot of HPD. Guys, there's a little section with them. You just mentioned Gabriel Union, Shaquille O'Neal, DeAndre Hopkins helped too. Sylvester Turner was there, Bernice and Coretta King, many activists. It's crazy how so many people came together for this story that has impacted so many lives. Just reading the story has impacted someone's life. I shed a tear. I know we were here reading the story. It is an emotional story that off of just an act of violence could have just been avoided. But yeah, so many people came together. Chris, we do have some live comments for you. Crystal is on the air saying prayers to you and your family, Chris. We have Jason saying, finally, an interview with some heartfelt, genuine questions. They even went to the funeral. God bless this law firm, and my heart goes out to Christopher and his beautiful family. So thank you, Jason, for that as well. Chriselle says, my heart breaks to hear this. My condolences to Mr. Cevilla and her and his entire family. So those are some comments. We want to still welcome those comments, the love that you guys can rain on Chris Cevilla, as well, the representative of the legacy of Jazmine today. So it's beautiful to hear that we are having people watch and are supporting you to this minute. It's not going to stop. And we kind of create a family and unite each other and take you with us as well. And I know I am definitely going to do that. I was there yesterday. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. So you guys who didn't attend can see a little bit more about the funeral. So I want to talk a little bit about activist Sean King. And athletes and celebrities that raised awareness for this tragedy through the millions of followers and their platforms that they have. So how do you feel about, right now, your daughter's legacy being carried on?
Well, I feel good because, like I said, it's a lot of people. I couldn't make this happen by myself. I would have died trying, but I couldn't have made it happen without all the people that was behind me, from my lawyer to my bishop to my pastor and warden. I couldn't make this happen, and I can never leave out God and my backbone, my wife Heather Cevilla. I can't leave them out because I'm getting chill bumps, because it's like I couldn't have did it by myself.
Right.
If I was by myself, I would have probably went crazy.
Right.
So I love all the support that the people gave me and my family.
Yeah, the strength that you had, as well as we are giving yourself, so that you can continue on and keep standing strong and speaking through the heart. Now, I know there was a series of events that happened after the tragedy. So there was a community rally. I unfortunately didn't have the pleasure of attending that. I really tried. But tell the viewers a little bit about that community rally. What did it consist of? Was there a lot of people? What did you guys do in regards to the community rally?
Well, when me and my wife and our children, we arrived, it was, man, Walmart parking lot was super packed.
Wow.
It was super packed. From constables, sheriffs, HPD, Black Panthers. I mean,
wow.
You name it, they was there. The congresswoman, I forgot her name.
Lee? Was her last name Lee?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
She was there. Sheila Jackson Lee.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
She was there. Excuse me for forgetting your name, but she was there. She showed love. Once again, Trey was there. Even Derek Muhammad, he showed love. Willie D came out and showed my daughter some love. It was just so many people, so many. Bomb B, he came out and showed my daughter love. It was a lot of people there. It was packed. All kind of bikers, everybody was there.
Wow.
People, it just made my heart melt to know that my daughter has changed a lot of lives.
Absolutely.
She was brought here for a purpose, and I believe that was her purpose.
Yeah, for sure. That legacy has started, will continue on. That community rally, was it a set up like, were they speakers speaking, or was there just all these people coming together and just bringing support and strength? How was the setup of the community rally?
Okay, it was a lot of people that came together to support the family of my daughter, as far as me, her mother, her stepmother, her grandmothers, her brothers and sisters. They were there to love and support the entire family. If you were part of that family, they were there to love and support you.
Absolutely.
And mainly they were supporting my angel.
Right.
And the setup, it was just different people speaking on behalf of different stuff, as far as gang violence period, violence on children, they were just speaking freely, because what happened to my daughter brought a lot of awareness, and that needs to be put out there for other people to be aware of everything that surrounds you at all times.
Absolutely. And if you're able to make a difference, if there's any type of voting and those laws that can change this or avoid from this happening, let's put ourselves in the forefront and make that change so we can change the legacy that Jazmine has left behind, so that there's not others that are suffering from this. So now we're going to talk a little bit, that rally was on Saturday the 5th of January, which it sounds like just chills just hearing how many people were there. I got the same feeling yesterday, and I want to talk about your feeling that when you walked into the church, but we went to pay our respects to the little angel Jazmine and the family. It was a room or a church packed with people, of people that may know her, that may have not known her, that heard her story, that felt compelled, but just to support and bring strength. So here in a second, we're going to watch the preliminary part as the room is filling up, and then the family walking in, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what that feeling was when you walked in. So let's take a look.
Here we are at the viewing of Jazmine Barnes, Justice for Jazmine. So if you see here, we're in the preliminary stages of the viewing. The family hasn't walked in yet. We haven't even gotten to the speakers. You guys will see that here shortly. I went up, paid my respects to the body, and she looks absolutely gorgeous, just like the little princess that she is. If you look behind me, the room is already filling up of people here to pay their respects in remembrance of Jazmine. So stay tuned as we're going to show you a little bit more of Justice for Jazmine.
Alright, so there you guys got to see the actual family walking in. Jazmine has a big family, so that line was big, made up of siblings, family members, parents, cousins, all kinds of family members. You guys saw that right now. But as you guys heard in the background, it was a celebration. There was beautiful music playing. It was upbeat for the beautiful angel Jazmine. So do you want to talk a little bit about when you walk through those doors and the feeling that you got? Because it was already a full room at that point.
Well, when I walked in, before I walked in, I could see like through the little glass. I was like, wow. I was telling my wife, I was like, wow, man, that's a lot of people in there. And she said, it's really a lot of people? I said, you fit to see? Then we walked in there, and it was just like overwhelming. Everybody standing up. They're just, you can see people like doing this, people just doing this and just clapping and stuff. It was really overwhelming. It was heartfelt to me.
Absolutely. I felt it. I was more in the back. But the energy that took over that room was on another level. We're going to talk about that energy here in a second, and you know where I'm going with this. So I know that was such a beautiful just entrance, and where you guys were walking towards would be where actually Jazmine was laying, and she looked beautiful. You keep mentioning the princess that she is, and that is exactly what she looks like. I was there early, so I paid my respects to her. She looked like a princess. You guys passed out these programs, so you really see they depicted more of a Disney story princess storyline, which is beautiful. And her name is spelled like Princess Jazmine. We're going to show you guys here in a little bit some of these pictures that are in the program, so you guys don't miss out. Just get little snippets of it. Now, in a second, there is in here a message from quote-unquote Jazmine, a message from heaven. So in a second, we're going to hear the parents, including yourself. So the mother, LaPortia Washington, that has read that, and then followed by Chris himself, Cevilla. I'm going to commend you because you speak through your heart, and I think at that moment in time, Jazmine was with you every step of the way. You have beautiful words, and you guys are going to see what I'm talking about and how the energy of the room when you took over and speaking from the heart for your daughter. So let's take a look of what we're talking about now.
Wonderful turnout. I'm just so grateful for everybody. I didn't think it was going to be this big, but it is big and it is a celebration. It does relieve pain. Remember, there would be no flowers unless there was some rain. I am closer than ever before. I love all of you, and I know each and every one of you love me too. Yes, Lord. I just want to thank everybody. Yes, I'll thank everybody.
First and foremost, I want to give God all the glory and praise. I love and thank every single soul and body that's occupying this building right now in remembrance of my baby girl, Jazmine Cevilla. And as you all know, I am a man of God. God blessed me and my family with an angel. He seen fit to take her back to heaven to be with him. But her job here was done. She brought so much peace and unity around the world to many, many families, healed and on so many relationships around the world, not just in Houston, around the world. Her job here was done, and it was done perfectly. And she wasn't only my daughter and my baby, my angel, she's all of our daughters. Cevilla. She can't talk right now because, as you know, we're dealing with a lot of pain. Words can't even express the pain that I feel. Some people wonder, well, why you don't cry? Because the anger that I feel inside won't let me. I do all my crying behind closed doors. So I have to be strong for the ones that's with me. If I'm falling out crying, who's going to help them when they fall out and start crying? So
footage right there gives me chills. And gives me chills is specifically when you go on stage or on the platform, Chris. Let's talk a little bit about that energy that you felt once you walked up to the mic.
It's really hard to describe, but I just felt nothing but love. As soon as I came up there, before I even opened my mouth, I felt nothing but love in the room. All over the room, I could just feel the vibe.
Yeah.
God was present.
Absolutely. And that is exactly what you guys saw. You got everyone clapping, a standing ovation for you, which the energy was there. And I know you've been the one stating the story and getting justice and really fighting this. So we've all seen your face out there. And I think everyone was very compelled and proud to actually see you and your strength exude on that stage, which is amazing. You spoke about a lot of things, and this is where I was telling you guys, I commend you on your words. They were beautiful. You talk about a lot of things, and she did her time as far as the job was done, peace and unity. We talked about that. She brought peace, and look at the unity in that room. So tell me a little bit about, did the words just naturally come out? Did you have any type of sense? Did you feel like she was there with you? Like, what was the feeling you were getting?
Well, to be honest with you, I feel like she was right there by my side.
Yeah.
Just holding on to my shirt while I was talking.
Yeah.
And it's just that I could feel her presence. I could feel the presence of God. I know that they were right there with me. So the words that flowed out, they flowed from the heart. Because if you love someone, you don't need no script. You don't need nothing. It all comes from the heart.
Absolutely.
That's why my words, I feel like they were heartfelt to everyone that was in attendance, everyone that around the world that may have been watching that funeral. I know they could feel that was from the heart, because my little princess laid there, but she was present with the Lord by my side. So that's how I was strong enough to stand up there in front of a live audience, there just to love and support me and my family, in remembrance of my daughter Jazmine. That's how I was able to flow from the heart like that, because I could feel all the love in the room.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you anymore. You definitely spoke from the heart. You didn't have any script. It was all from the heart of a father. So that's definitely what we just saw. I know you had your wife beside you. Heather Cevilla was standing right beside you, supporting you as well. It's a tough time, I know, for both of you guys, but the strength came within your body for you to speak from your heart. Absolutely. I know we have a comment. Yasmin is saying, Christopher, we are all here for you. Madi, great job praying for the family. So thank you so much for that, Yasmin. So I know at the funeral, you guys had those loving words to your daughter before the service started. There was a lot of speakers that also paid their respects. So just to name a few, we did have King Davis, which is from the Sheldon ISD, Ed Gonzalez, Sheriff's Office, Mayor Sylvester Turner was there, Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. Now let's talk about Mayor Sylvester Turner. He made a very important announcement yesterday, and I want you to share with everybody that is watching. I cannot take that honor. That's something that you have to say. So what was the major announcement that Sylvester Turner made yesterday?
Well, the major announcement was he gave my princess, Jazmine, Princess Jazmine, her own official day. January the 8th will now be known as Jasmine Day.
Yeah.
And I thank Mayor Sylvester Turner with all my heart, because when he made that official, tears just started flowing from my face. And for him to walk and do like this to me, and I returned it back, I know that was love, not for me, but for my baby.
Absolutely.
And it was very heartfelt, and I don't know him personally, but I got nothing but love for that man.
Absolutely. So I want to make a commitment us, those that are watching the show and in the future, on January 8th of every year, that we come bigger and better and stronger than that community rally, make it bigger. Every year we just keep making that that day in locally, Houston, Texas, the Jazmine Day, just bigger for her to hear and see our presence in honor of her legacy. I think that is beautiful. It's such an amazing honor to have him say that. Another thing that you guys may see that have filled the room was purple. The color I'm wearing, purple. Tell me why there was so much purple in that room.
Because purple is my baby's favorite color.
Exactly. So purple's her favorite color, Jazmine's favorite color. So every year on the 8th, our commitment to at least Christopher Cevilla is to wear purple on that day. Load up pictures, put that hashtag, Justice for Jazmine. You'll probably create a new hashtag in honor of that, so that anytime you wear this hue of purple, it's in honor of Jazmine on the January 8th. So I'm giving you that commitment. And we are going to keep seeing you, Chris. You're part of the family. So we want to bring you back on the show and hear what we're doing for Jazmine's legacy and the nonprofits and stuff like that, and bring everyone in unity, because that's what her job, you quoted it, peace and unity. Bring it back on January 8th every single year. So please load up some comments and likes that you two are going to commit to that. So as far as the funeral goes, it was beautiful. I didn't have time to actually, that followed after, which was purple balloons. Were you able to see all of that? Talk to us a little bit about.
Well, it was a beautiful sight. Like, me and my wife, we had balloons. Everybody around us, almost, well, I ain't gonna say everybody, almost everybody had balloons. And to see all of the balloons, purple balloons flying away into the air, it brought tears to my eyes, because I know that was the last and final time I was gonna see my baby.
Yeah. So that balloon release, and maybe in the future, that is what we do on the 8th, or just have purple something. Purple is her color, so I want us all to keep her legacy running, wearing the color purple and continuing on. So you guys have that balloon release, and then after that is where you laid your baby girl, your princess, after that. Yesterday was a tough day, but with every, there was a lot of beautiful things that flourished from it. She got her day. She got a lot of people together. It was a lot of energy and strength, hopefully, that I felt in the room for you, so hopefully you definitely were reigning with that. There was a lot of blessings in the room from that. So I can't be any happier to be a part of that, and also to be here sitting beside you. We have a comment from, that's, the last comment was Yasmin. So what we're going to do now is, I want to thank you for being on the show. It was an awesome show. We will have Chris back on different terms, talking about different things.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to let the viewers know out there that is watching? I know if you want to get a hold of him, he does have his Facebook directly, that you can send a direct message privately. But is there anything that you want to leave the viewers with?
Well, I just leave the viewers with, we all need to come together like we came together for my baby, and continue to come together as a family. Not because we have to know each other. It just come together as a family for the city of Houston, and stop all the violence, stop all the fighting and arguing and fussing and cussing, and just come together in love, peace, and unity.
Yes.
And one more thing, I would just love to thank my Bishop E.L. Usher, for all the love and support that he was there for me. Pastor Hall, my attorney, Jonathan Chapman. I want to tell them too that I love them and I thank them for everything they've done to me. First Lady Usher, Pastor Marvin Martin and First Lady Martin, Pastor E.R. Williams and his wife, First Lady Williams. I just thank everybody. I thank my kids' mothers, I thank my wife for always being my support, my background. I just thank everybody, the whole world that came together to show my daughter support from the city of Houston and on.
Yes, yes, and the support doesn't stop here. We continue to uplift this family with strength so that they can have another a good year so we can see the Jazmine Day. And you said it yourself, let's stop those acts of violence. Anything we can do to make this society a better place, let's commit to one another to do that for our future. So I want to thank you, Chris Cevilla, for being on the show. We're going to leave you guys with some pictures of Jazmine in memory of her. Until next time.